Hey everybody, what's going on? Eric back here again. And as always, I've got games. I've also got some other stuff here too. So we're going to get the other stuff out of the way first. Except for one item, which I'm going to leave at the end. But we're going to get started with some comics. So I've really been getting seriously back into comics. I know I've had videos in the past showing huge lots of comics. But I really haven't been actively reading a whole lot of them. These two right here were actually a gift from my brother-in-law. Apparently he got a whole bunch, and these two he didn't want. But what I got was Harley Quinn, the New 52, issue number 14. I'm so excited for the Suicide Squad movie coming out, but I kind of wanted this Harley and not the one we're getting in the movie. I don't necessarily think, because the actress's name is escaping me who plays her. I really hope in the movie they're going to go for more style and substance as opposed to we can just put her in boy shorts and it sells tickets. I'm really worried that I don't want them to over-sexualize Harley. She was never really about being that. Yes, it was a part of her, but it was never a defining feature. At least I don't think it was. And the other one was Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine issue number 1. I haven't read this one. I'm not too familiar on it. It's from the 88 line. The Wolverine comics are cool. I really want to get into Old Man Logan, but they are pricey. Let's see what else. Try that last. I did stop at a place called Collectibles Galore. If you're native to Syracuse, then you might have heard of them. It's a little store in Mattydale, North Syracuse area. And they have really good deals on comics and toys. And they even have some video games, which I will have in a future video. And he had a sale for, he was selling collections, like small collections, like 5 or 6 issue collections. And he had buy one, get one half off. And he recommended I get these. So I got these both for, I think, 15 bucks, which is great considering the fact that they are in pristine condition and the movies are based off these comics. So we have Years of Future Past, issues 1 through 5. I actually like the movie a little more than the comics. The comics are really good, don't get me wrong, but 10 bucks for this whole series is really good. By the way, each of these comics by themselves is easily go for about anywhere between $3 and $5 each. So to basically get that set for between $6 and $8 is awesome. And the other 5-part series, which I have not gone to, is Age of Apocalypse, which is obviously influenced X-Men X-Men Apocalypse. I like the movie, not many people do, but haven't gotten to this yet. Years of Future Past, pretty good series, both really good series. As I said, I paid between 10 and 15 bucks for both of them because it was buy one get one half off on all collections. But the big deal I got was actually a copy of this, Civil War 2, issue number 1. I really, really, really like this version. As the original Civil War, it's good, but I feel that there's a lot more, and plus this involves the Inhumans, so I think that's a reason why the Inhumans stuff got pushed. But those are all the comic stuff, but I know you're probably not here for the comics, you're here for the games. Let's see. I'll start off by a deal I worked out with my buddy Tim, Shogun Death, over at Mega Retro Bros. He just hit 500 subs by the time I'm filming this, and dude, congratulations on everything. You deserve it. You and your boy Beans, you guys are awesome, and I love watching your stuff. But he was a super awesome guy, and we were talking one night, and I was saying I had an extra copy of Silent Hill 2, and I said I'd send it to him for a copy for some other stuff. Now originally he was going to send me the game only, and it was a copy of Dark Cloud for PS2. But because he's a sly dude, he sent me a couple of extras. He sent me on Game Boy, disc only, Naruto Clash of Ninja 2, which I'm actually really liking these Naruto fighting games. They're pretty solid. And a Game Boy Color game, Harry Potter, and I believe it's a Sorcerer's Stone because they put price tags all over this. So, Game Boy Color game, GameCube game, and a copy of Dark Cloud. So, Tim, thank you very much. But he knows that there's another part to the story. So, Father's Day comes along, and my wife wants to buy me something because we have pets. So, I guess that qualifies me to be a dad. And she looked at my list of PS2 games that I'm actively pursuing. I forgot to cross off Dark Cloud. Well, one of the games she got me actually was a complete copy of Dark Cloud on PS2. And this was after I made the deal with Tim. But this is the non-graded hits version. Plus it has the Blockbuster rental sticker right down there, which I like it even more. It is fully complete. Everything is just in great condition. But the other part of the gift Sarah got me was Doctor Who, the complete first series on DVD. Anyone who knows about these series, they are not cheap. They are hard to get. And when you do find them, you're easily spending around $50. I mean, this is just 13 episodes based off of the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. That $40 just for this. And I believe Walmart was selling some of them too, but they were selling them for about $50 or if not more. But Sarah got me these as a Father's Day gift, so honey, if you're watching, thank you so much. Love you for the goods. Tim, I am so sorry that it happened in such a freak way. I hope you like what I sent you. I also tossed in a little extra. So, that'll do that. These two here are the only games I really found while thrift shopping. I'm kind of making it my thing on Mondays and Thursdays, where after I take Sarah to work in the morning, I'll do my rounds, and by rounds I mean I'll hit Salvation Army, Goodwill, Thrifty Shopper, maybe I'll hit Collectibles Galore. But I got a copy of Scarface on PS2 at Salvation Army. Paid I think $3 for this. I turned down a deal originally to get it for almost at face value, which isn't bad, but the value of this is kind of high. It's like between $15 and $20. But this is a super clean version of the game, and I'm happy to add it to my ever-growing PS2 collection. The other one was a guide I got at Thrifty Shopper. I did have to pay a few bucks for it, and I don't care because it's one of my favorite Batman games to date, and that is the guide for Arkham City. Fantastic game. Got the guide for, like I said, a few bucks. I think altogether I paid $6 for both of these combined, which is a very welcome expense. So, always happy to have those. The next lot here is actually a trade I worked out with my buddy Mark over, check out his channel, MT Shark 7. And I had some doubles he wanted, and he was basically giving away a bunch of PS2 games he didn't need, and ironically I didn't have them. So we worked out a deal, and he actually sent me a note to go with this little stack of games. Hey Eric, I hope you enjoy these games from our very first trade. This is our very first trade. Best of luck with your PS2 collection, your friend Mark MT Shark 7. Mark, thank you so very much. These are all very welcome additions. I think only one of these is a double, which is fine because I think I'm just going to supplement the other copy I have out. But the games are SOCOM US Navy SEALs, SOCOM 2. I actually really like the SOCOM series. It's a very nice tactical shooter. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. These are, like I said, and these are in really good condition. This is fully complete. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I actually like this version, but I think Vice City might be my favorite one. And a copy of Killzone. So all 5 of those games, and he was nice enough to label behind every single one of them for me. And as I said, the only extra I have in there is Vice City, but Vice City is going to replace my copy of Vice City I have in there somewhere. It's hiding in there. I know it is. I just saw it earlier. But anyway, that's... I might have taken it out, actually. I think I did. So, the last thing I have is stuff I found at the flea market. I almost bought everything here from the same vendor except for 2 games. When I first walked in, there was a vendor who just had a bunch of stuff all over the floor. And they had a box full of games, and they were awkwardly priced. Oh, they're either 3, 5, or 8. Well, there was a Dragon Ball Z game in there for PS2. It wasn't any of the Budokai or Tenkaichi games. However, it was not the actual. It was not. They didn't. The game was not in the case, and for some reason they still wouldn't come down in price. I think I offered to buy the case off them for $1, and they said no, it's worth $5. And I showed them it was an empty case. They're like, oh, we don't care. Like, okay, you don't get my business. But I did end up catching them slipping just a little bit. This does not have the manual, but for $3, I happened to find Naruto Shippuden Clash of the Ninja 3 Revolution. Or Clash of the Ninja Revolution 3. That's it. I got this for $3. The other game I found at a vendor, this also does not have the manual. That's fine. He was selling bootleg games. Bootlegged PS2 games, which are the biggest sin in all of gaming, in my opinion. I mean, modding a console is one thing. Selling burnt or bootleg movies is another. But when you try to do this with like PlayStation and PlayStation 2 games, which really pissed me off because there were a couple really good games in there, but the print job on the cases looked like crap. The actual game discs looks like crap, and the guy completely froze when I'm like, did you make these games on CDs? I mean, I almost think he thought people were that stupid and wouldn't notice. Like, it looked like something that was printed out on a Fisher-Price printer. But this is a legit copy of Headhunter for PS2, and I am going for, I'm too afraid to call it a full PS2 collection. We'll call it a lengthy one. Everything else here I got from the same vendor. This guy Frank, who I've had deals with before. I've shown his stuff in the past plenty of times. We'll start with the non-wrestling related items first. I spent the majority of the money I had at his tables because he had the best prices of the day. Everyone else was ridiculously overpriced. But he did cut me an awesome deal on another pop figure, and it's the Man Called Sting. Part of the super stylized wrestling figures, I guess. The only other ones I'd probably be looking for would be Nature Boy. I'd probably look for all of them. Nature Boy, Rowdy Piper, Ultimate Warrior, and Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant I have not seen. So, you're going to go right there. And I'll put him up there somewhere. Now, the rest of the stuff I got from him, I don't remember exact prices, but I do think I spent probably around $30 at his table. Now, these are not like, it's not a huge stack. Some of the games did have a little price to them, but there's a reason, as you'll see. But one of the games I did want to get was A Realm Reborn Final Fantasy XIV Online, just to add to the PS3 collection. Got that for a good deal. The rest are all PS2. Run Like Hell. Neat little, I want to say like a Doom clone. It's like Doom mixed with Dead Space. I haven't played it. Copy of Nightshade on PS2, and I don't know why, but I'm thinking I might have gotten that. No, did it? No. Okay, no, I didn't get this one from Nate. Shinobi Light game, pretty cool. The 5th anniversary edition of Resident Evil Code Veronica X. I don't believe this has the Devil May Cry demo inside. Let me double check. Don't have it. I've actually passed on this game a few times already because I just can't really find it for a good price, and it's always going like $10 higher than what it should. Like, I get it's Resident Evil, but no one's really chomping for that game, and I'm always finding it for 10 to 15 bucks. But the last 2 games here are the big money games. One of these I didn't know, little obscure. the best way to describe it, a survival horror game with demons. So from Namco, we got Ghost Hunter on PS2. Doesn't have the manual, unfortunately, but I never see that, and it looked obscure. The game I did spend a little money on that I almost had some buyer remorse for, but then he cut me a deal on the Sting pop figure, so it all worked out. It was a copy of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. I probably played this the second most as compared to Tenkaichi 3, and that's just because this series of Dragon Ball Z games are so good. So, super happy to have that. And finally, the last item I got at a thrifty shopper. Now, I think it was the last video or the video before that, I had commented on this thrift store that had insane prices on Game Boy Colors and Game Boy Color games. They were selling incomplete Game Boy Colors, missing the battery covers, for $20 each. And they were selling the games at $8 a piece. So I went in there earlier this week, and I found for $10, I do have extra controllers, so it's okay, and it is a little dirty, but it has the base, the sensor bar, and even a little charging remote station. But I found a spare Nintendo Wii. I love the Nintendo Wii. I think it is a very underrated system. It does have a lot of crap shovelware, but for $10, I wasn't about to pass it up. I mean, a lot of the stuff here looks like it's going to need some tender loving care, but for $10 on a Nintendo Wii, I'll take it. I just don't know why they're charging $10 for this, but they're looking for $20 on the Game Boys, and I think I even saw them selling original PlayStations there without controllers or cords for $15. So for $10, I wasn't about to turn that down. So that's going to do it for this episode. All kinds of neat little goodies all around. Thank you so much for watching. No real big ticket items here, except for maybe like the Dragon Ball Z game and Dark Cloud. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope soon to be hitting 250 subscribers, hopefully 300 by the beginning of fall. We'll see. And still more to come, guys. I still have lots of cool stuff yet to film, and I'm really excited. This is turning into a very regular thing that I can get videos out as often as I can. So continue watching as I journey on to fill my PS2 collection, and I will see you on the next video.